It's time for a market update on one of the best sets from the Scarlet and Violet era, potentially the best set that had a booster box attached to it, and that is the Team Rocket's Destined Rivals set. Let's discuss it in today's video.
We made this one up.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VMatt. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and joining in all the fun we have here. And today we're going to be talking about Destined Rivals, the set everyone knew was going to be a hot set, bringing back the Team Rocket logo for the first time in quite a while. And every single Team Rocket set has historically done really well on the market. And we're going to discuss the top 10 most expensive cards from the Destined Rivals set, a set that is very difficult to find on shelves anywhere, you know, from Targets to Walmarts to places like Toys R Us here in Canada. Yes, we still have Toys R Us in Canada. Seriously, it's kind of ridiculous, but it's awesome at the same time. And unfortunately, in the United States, you guys don't have that, but you also have a lot of other stores like Sam's Club that we don't have in Canada that you guys have that carries Pokemon from time to time. With that being said, let's dive straight into it here with the number 10 card on today's list, and that is Cynthia's Garchomp EX, and this is the gold hyper rare right here. It is currently sitting at $48.80. It's actually up by 2.31% over the last 3 months, but it really started to decline mid to end of July, but has been on the rise ever since. Actually, if you look at the 1 month trend, it's actually up by a lot more. It's up by 13.09%, with 138 of them being sold on TCG Player. Next up is Ethan's Adventure. I love this card so much. It brings back so much Neo memories here. I love the Neo sets from Pokemon. Wizard of the Coast was still actually handling Pokemon at this time, and I really just enjoy the Wizard of the Coast era. Obviously, I'm from that era. I'm from that time period, so I'm a little bit more nostalgic than maybe if you're watching it. If you are a Gen Z or even a Gen Alpha. Now this card is up by 8.79%, currently sitting at $55.59 for its market price. If you look at the 1 month trend, it's actually up by 11.78%, and there's been 124 of them being sold on TCG Player. Next up is the only illustration rare on today's list. It's Misty Psyduck, one that I knew was going to be a hot card right away. As soon as it was spoiled, I knew this is going to be one of the chase cards of the set, even though it's not a special illustration rare. It's just a regular illustration rare. It is currently sitting at $76, and it's up by 40.88% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month trend, you can see it's up by 36.83%, and there's been 270 of them being sold in the last month on TCG Player, a lot more than the previous 2 cards on today's list. Next up is Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX, a hyper rare gold card, currently sitting at $72.14. It's up by 9.55% over the last 3 months, with 276 of them being sold in the last 3 months. Next up is a special illustration rare. It's Team Rocket's Crobat. Great artwork on this card as well. And the near mint version of the card is currently sitting at $105 for its market price. It's up by 51.73% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month trend, you can see that it's up by 34.60%, with 101 of them being sold on TCG Player. So nowhere near the demand as Misty Psyduck, but Misty Psyduck is also illustration rare, so it might be a little easier to pull, but it's still a really in-demand card, and we're going to look at that compared to the other cards later in today's list, and you'll see exactly how in-demand that card is compared to a lot of the other cards. Now let's talk about Team Rocket's Nidoking EX, another special illustration rare. This card is currently sitting at $131.39. It's up by 16.45% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month chart, you can see it's up by 24.81%, and it has 190 and only has 90 of them being sold on TCG Player. But again, it's a special illustration rare, so it's a little more difficult to pull, so there's not as much of them on the market right now, but still, that's pretty good demand for a card as difficult as Nidoking's EX is to pull. Next up on the list is Team Rocket's Moltres EX, a very, very beautiful card. I actually think this might be my favorite card on the list. I just love the fire. Anything with fire on a card for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because like I like Charizard as a kid, and I know Charizard is a little bit memed at this point of how popular it is, but anything with fire on the card just kind of draws me in, and this card especially is in that category right now. It's up by 14.76%, sitting at $158.61 over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month chart, you can see that's up by 17.71%, and there's been 79 of them sold on TCG Player, so a little bit less than Nidoking EX. Next up is Ethan's Ho-Oh EX, a great card, another Neo era Pokemon. This card is currently sitting at $231.33, and it's up by 54.63% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month trend, you can see that it's up by 26.61%. So it's really been on the rise in the last month, and there's been 88 of these cards being sold on TCG Player. Next up is Cynthia's Garchomp EX, another card that has phenomenal artwork. I love the artwork on this card. It is currently sitting at $301.10. It's up by 42.18% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month trend, you can see it's up by 44.17%, with 100 of them being sold. So more popular and more in demand right now than Ethan's Ho-Oh and even Team Rocket's Moltres. Now, it's no surprise to anyone watching the video, and you probably know if you even clicked on the thumbnail and you clicked on the thumbnail for this video, that it's going to be, and it always was going to be, the Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. Of course, it's the most expensive card from this set. It's like basically all over the set, right? It's all over the set in terms of artwork, in terms of popularity, the Pokemon, everything. You got Giovanni there as well, and Mewtwo. And it's funny because when this card was spoiled originally, people didn't like it that much. They thought it was a little bit underwhelming, and I actually think still it might be a little bit underwhelming, but regardless, it doesn't matter. It's still really difficult to pull, and it's a very popular Pokemon. And this card is currently sitting at $529.93, and it's up by 33.41% over the last 3 months. If you look at the 1 month trend, you can see it's up by 61.55%. So a very in-demand Pokemon, with 83 of them being sold, and it's a very difficult card to pull. So 83 of them being sold on TCG Player is actually not too bad. But again, it goes to show that the most popular Pokemon card on today's list, that's selling the most on TCG Player, was the Misty's Psyduck. So again, illustration rares, they're easier to pull for sure, 100% than the special illustration rares, but there's something to say about that. So definitely a card to watch out for, because you never know. It could turn into the next Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. It's possible. Illustration rares have a tendency to also pop off if they really are popular and in demand. So what do you guys think about Destined Rivals, though? Do you think Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX is going to be the most expensive card in the future? Is it going to be the showrunner of the set like it is right now? Or are we going to see something else kind of pop up? Maybe Cynthia's Garchomp EX could even be the most expensive card at some point later in the future. With that being said, though, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.